So Rick, a 2-2 draw on Saturday against FC St Helens. First half, free flowing and really a couple of really good goals and deserved. Second half, we just seemed to go off the boil a little bit, especially early on.
Yeah, first half was how we wanted to be. They were excellent. We should have been out of sight, to be honest. I mean, if we bury the other chances, it should have been 5. And I've been asked a lot, how did it go and how did he get on? And I said we lost 2-2. That's how it felt to the lads, which is a good sign because they were disappointed, really gutted, not to be surviving at 2-2, but not to win the match. And we knew there'd be a reaction from them at half-time. Obviously, getting absolutely tated like they did. They were shell-shocked. You could see they were at 6s and 7s. So they did have a rally. And we had a mad 5 minutes. But the good thing is that we didn't get overwhelmed and we went again. And we should have really had more time to press home a winner. And, it just didn't happen. But, again, an improvement for me.
And especially, it's like you said, in the first half, it was... it seemed to be what you've been trying to build in the past few weeks, getting the ball forward quickly, getting it wide and getting it into the box. But so we're happy with, especially with Charlie's goal, with the way that was delivered, especially after the quick recovery on the ball after their kick-off and getting that second goal.
Yeah, and what we say is that you've got to, for things to work like this, it's got to be relentless and you've got to have the fitness and the mentality to do it. So you've got to keep getting back after them. It's no good having one attack every 15 minutes. You've got to put the pressure on, and that's when sides get unhinged. So they're aware of that, let's go again. And one of the things with playing 4-4-2 with wingers like Steve and Charlie, they've got to understand, and they are doing, that we want them on the ball as much as possible. So you've got to be really fit and you've got to be mentally tough. And you're up and down, it's a hard position. But the more you practice it, and we're doing it a lot in training, it's high intensity work like that in training, fitter you'll get, and it'll be a doddle in the end. And you'll enjoy it then because you're on the ball a lot more than running around, just sort of helping out. You're actually, the main threat is through wingers, and I like that. And then when that happens, you can then, they're so worried about stopping that, you can play through the middle then as well. I was pleased with them, yeah.
In the second half, before we sort of got to their goals, we had the situation where you lost both your centre midfielders within about 30 seconds of each other. Zhao apparently wasn't elbowed in the head, despite the evidence that we've seen since, which suggests that he was, and namely the stitches that he's got in his forehead. And Sammy then come off pretty quickly afterwards as well with an injury. Do you reckon that just sort of disrupted things a little bit? Because we've had an incident a couple of weeks ago as well where sort of a long pause in the game and we just seemed to get going slowly again after that.
Yeah, it didn't help. So we were doing well. The midfield, we're bossing their midfield, a 3 against 2, and our lads were doing great. And then 2 quick injuries, and we had to shift it around. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not getting that little bit of luck when there is a pause, and for the wrong reasons at the wrong time. But it'll come. We keep saying, just keep trying to work on these things. So we did miss good players suddenly, but the lads came on, did a good enough job, and we didn't fold. But no, it was unfortunate. What got me again? I'm harping on about this. That head injury was a good 5 minutes. And then there were 7 substitutions second half. And the ref only plays 5 minutes, denying us a chance to get what I thought was the winner. So I'm annoyed about that. I'm thinking that the referees... As Diego Simeone said something this week, didn't he, saying that the reason there's all this problem in the game is because the game's not run by footballers. And we don't understand what's going on. You ask for an explanation, you don't get one. And they don't seem to have any sense of what's going on. So, some very weird decisions again on Saturday for me.
And just finally going, well, I suppose the other thing was it was the first time we had a sort of sizable and loud crowd at the Bowl. How was that for you? Because previously we had a bit of a quiet affair the first sort of home game, because we had quite a lot of people who were normally in the conspiracy corner down there away, but this time we really sort of, especially in the second half when the lads were sort of needing a little bit of inspiration, they seemed to really come alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear. We saw evidence away from home that they'll make a bit of noise, but at home it's really good to have that noise. And they were spot on with their song about me, which is I'm happy about. But it was good, yeah. The lads warmed to it and they enjoy it. And I think, as I said to the guys, I said, look, if you want people to come and watch and support you, you've got to make it happen on the pitch first, and that is an entertaining, attacking side. And the fans appreciated it. Every time we had a shot or a cross, they were getting behind it, and they enjoyed it, and so they were warming to the lads' endeavours. So it's a two-way thing. But we've got to make it happen on the pitch. We can't bore them to death. We've got to attack and put a show on. And that's attacking football. And it all goes naturally. You attack like that. You put your attacking formula on. You get lots of chances. You make it exciting and people come and watch. And then they'll get behind you and cheer you. And they'll get behind you when things aren't going well then, because they realise that how entertaining and attacking you're trying to be. You're not trying to be negative. So, yeah, it was a good day. I mean, I'm pleased with the whole thing with FC at the moment, but we've got to go again on Saturday and go and bully another team from the reservation, haven't we?
Well, just quickly turning to that, it's obviously when you first come in, we had these sort of midweek games. We've only got one now before Christmas, and then one again in the New Year. How beneficial is it having the two training sessions where you can work with the full squad as opposed to sort of, being away and then you're relying on recovery time for people who are playing?
Yeah, it's important because also I've got good helping staff now. There's Frank Jones has come back in helping out with some work, and it's great to have him about the place because he's so bubbly and knows the football that I want to do. And Bassey Junior doing the same, and then Woods is helping out when he can. Juwan's there, Dave, and we're getting plenty of people, the two physios mucking in, and it's we've got plenty of time in midweek to do these things, so they'll be doing a few bits of hard work tomorrow night before we go to the bowl for the hour. It's not ideal on the Tuesday night having just 1 hour at that time, but we're working around it. And I'm getting to know the lads and I'm getting them in the positions. I know now what positions they should be playing, and despite what they've been told in the past, they'll have to listen to it. And it seems to be working. So yeah, I'm getting to know them and work on fine-tuning what we're doing now. That's what we've got to do. There's certain bits of movement I want the forwards to do and the midfielders with combinations with the wingers to fine-tune it, and the fullbacks to fine-tune what we're doing, because I was listening to some people and they were saying, it's a very simplistic way of playing football. Well, simple is genius at football. But the simplistic stuff is hard to get right. Everybody thinks it's easy for a fullback to chip it into the channel, for the ball to stay in when the wind's blowing. It's a massive skill. We have to work on these things. Crossing a ball is a massive skill. And, we've got to keep focusing on that. And it looked like, when they were playing on Saturday, it looked like it did in training. Mm. And the more we do that and marry the two up, the more it's natural to them. So every time they go on a pitch, whether it's a football pitch for the match day, it's a football pitch in training, they're doing the same things and they get better and better and better at it. And it becomes almost, hopefully, second nature. So that's what's given us more time. It's brought us more time to hopefully. And I look forward to getting with the lads this week and doing some more work with them.
Well, just finally, you've got, aside from 3 points at the weekend, what is it you're hoping to see on Saturday out of the squad that does travel?
Oh, same stuff. We take the game to them. We're not going to be naive defensively. That's the other part I'm pleased with. With that back four, might be slightly adjusted on Saturday. Clark is missing, but with a solid back four, playing tennis with the opposition for the first 20 minutes. It comes in, it goes back, comes in, it goes back. Ruthless like that. We want to be uncompromising that way, but we want to be at them like we were against Litherlands. I mean, they weren't happy the way we went at them all the time, and neither were St Helens on Saturday. So we do that, and we have a right go. And I'm looking at teams I've come across now. There's no one playing exceptional top class football out there. They're very similar to us. we've got to be better at it than them. So that's what we do. I'm looking forward to just them getting back out there and repeat, and only do it better. So that's where we're at.
Grant, well, Rick, cheers for your time, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, look forward to it. Cheers, Sam.
Yeah.
Ta-ra.